There's a level of callousness that survival demands. Seasons change, storms hit, cattle die, crops get burnt up or washed out. Out here, time is money. Farmers and ranchers are on Mother Nature's dime. To you and me, the sounds of a slow spring rain rarely bring dread and despair. But to those whose livelihoods are driven by the fury and force of Mother Nature, the slow drip of rain, over time, and the rising of the river, results in money going down the drain. Currency around these parts is inches of rain per dollar.
About $100,000 on a place this size. We lost about that.
Joe McElreath knows a thing or two about time, flooding, and farming. He's been connected to this land in Civils Bend, Texas, along the Red River since the 1950s.
This land, my dad bought this place in 1952, and it was handed down to my brother in 93. And then he handed it on down to Judy and I in 15.
In 15.
In 15.
At 91 years young, he's a testament to the time and toil it takes to make a profit farming.
And this here's my place. I've got it all arranged as a one-man operation. Wheat's all we farm.
While time is important, experience is invaluable. He's made it through the big floods of 83, 87, 95, 2015, and now 2025.
It got up to about that post right there, that power pole.
But it came all the way up into here. Eventually it got all the way up to here.
It didn't get as high this time as it did in 15.
Flood stage for this portion of the Red River by Gainesville is 34 feet. On June 19, 2015, the river rose to an all-time high of 42.05 feet. But on May 4, 2025, the Red River rose to the third highest it's ever been at 38.27 feet.
We lost a complete crop last year.
Lost it all.
Water overflowed the banks a mile from where the river normally runs.
After the overflow, it takes about a year to get the ground prepared back for reseeding and all of a crop.
But when it floods, it's not just the crops that get lost. The water takes some of the land with it.
Each time the river overflows, it takes a different toll on the land.
At the Red River's peak in May of 2025, 400 acres of Joe's land were covered in water.
We lost land at the river down there. We probably lost 50 acres or 75. In years to come, it might make it, the river might be right there on this side. That's the part we don't like to think about.
The more the river rises, the more crop and land that's lost, and the longer it takes to dry out. Mother Nature drives a hard bargain.
We just barely was able to get the land prepared for the wheat to be put in this year, and it takes a long time for it to dry up.
So why stay by the river?
The advantage of the river bottom is you can make a third more crop doing the same thing, pretty close every year.
Known as the Foreman brothers, Paul, Eddie, and Andy Foreman also used to farm this land along the Red River.
Started, I think, in 67.
They rented the same land in Civils Bend, Texas from the McElreaths from 1973 to 1987.
We never knew Joe very much. Met you a few times when we farmed it, but not a whole lot.
Even back then, water carved its mark on the river basin.
83 it flooded, and we said, it's a 100-year flood.
On May 31st, 1987, the river rose to 40.08 feet, the second highest it's ever been.
Flooded in 87. We decided we was either going to get an awful good deal from Lies or quit. So we quit it.
The Foreman brothers didn't want to deal with the cost of flooding. They stopped farming land along the Red River after that flood in 1987. In 2015, Joe tried to get them to come back to farm his land along the Red River.
We said, we're not coming back to the river.
Now they farm land on the outskirts of Gainesville. Despite the flooding, spring rains of 2025 proved profitable for them.
We made good wheat last year, and we made good corn last year, and we made a lot of good hay last year, and the cattle got a good price.
But it wasn't just the Red River that was impacted by the rain and flooding. Water in the Red River swept downstream towards Lake Texoma, impacting marinas all over the lake, including Highport Marina.
Normally we get to go out on the lake around May. We didn't get to go till 4th of July weekend.
Lake Texoma crested at 635.33 feet on May 11th and 12th, roughly 16 to 18 feet above its normal elevation.
So as you can see where the lake level is right now, this past spring, it was about to the top of the door when you walk into our dock.
The Island Bar and Grill on Texoma flooded.
It was about halfway up those garage doors, and our friend took his kayak through there.
Welcome to the Island Bar. Can I take your order?
But it was Mother Nature who was still barking orders. Debris floated in from upstream, and the high water levels had impacts on tourism.
The lake is pretty yucky. It looks like coffee. You don't really want to swim in it.
There could be big logs as well as little debris too. So full trees have been floating out there before.
The trash and trees were a danger to boaters, but proved to be a different challenge for Joe.
And some of the debris was from the sand plant down there, some of their
Yes.
equipments and different things. They had a boat that they used to get in to take care of their dredge and stuff, and it was in the fence line.
The power of water and the callousness of survival. Whether you rely on water as a source of fun or food,
You just have to let it go where it's going to go.
The water got up to here.
You better be prepared for it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I want to say I hope another overflow don't happen quicker than 10 years, and I want to say one more.